But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as thee. For unto you is paradise opened, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteousness is made ready, a city is builded, and rest is allowed. Yea, perfect goodness and wisdom. The root of evil is sealed up from you, weakness and the moth is hid from you, and corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. Sorrows are past, and in the end is shewed the treasure of immortality. Let my soul bless Yahweh, the great King. For Jerusalem shall be built up with sapphires and emeralds and precious stones, thy walls and towers and battlements with pure gold. And the streets of Jerusalem shall be paved with beryl and carbuncle and stones of Ophir. And all her streets shall say, Hallelujah, and they shall praise him, saying, Blessed be Yahweh, which have extolled it forever.
It's about time, man, because I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to get the kingdom. I'm ready to live. I'm ready to breathe fresh. I'm ready to have beautiful, pure women, okay? Not no strawberry harlots on this side. Ready to have children, man, you can vibe with, okay? Be around brothers. Be around the Lord himself, okay? I'm ready to go and visit places in the galaxy that we didn't know exist. All right? I'm ready to walk on sandy beaches, man, and explore the ocean floors. I'm ready to fly, okay? I'm ready to eat real food, okay? I'm ready to drive a chariot, man. All right, I'm ready to minister to the Lord and to be ministered to, man. Okay, I'm ready to worship Yahweh Bashim Yahushua in its full entirety. Okay, I'm ready for it. We're ready, man. I'm ready to see angels and greet angels.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples for his younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful lake out there pushing the word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Shai. All right, and what I want to get into today is dealing with a dream of Babylon's destruction. All right, and this lesson, is inspired by a video put up by the beloved brother Yaquab. All right, the hopeful elect 3. Okay, was their brother. He frequently, puts up, these videos of dreams and visions, okay, that the Lord is sending down in these latter times, which is all part of prophecy, which we always get that in Joel, okay. And one thing that we can't forget is the looming judgment that's coming to America, which this place is going to be obliterated through nuclear destruction, okay, because as things happen, Satan tries to get us, caught up into, the pettiness and the chaos and the dysfunction and, the tick for tack. But nah, man, you can't forget about the overall destruction that's coming. Keeping the main thing of prophecy, and the headline of prophecy is America being destroyed and Yahweh Shai returning. Okay, which is going to be the transition of kingdoms from Esau into Jacob. Okay, so as we go into prophecy, Well, this is what everything is building up to. Okay, that's why all this, technocracy and this new world order and digital this and Neuralink and all these things are leading to this place being utterly destroyed. Okay, and Yahweh Shai returning to deliver his elect. Okay, so the destruction of America, okay, is the focal point of prophecy because that's the ultimate victory. All right, and that's the transfer of rulership. You see, that's going to mark. Okay, as it says in the second Ezra, divide and asunder of times. Okay, let's get this here first. Matter of fact, let's get this in second Ezra first. Okay, this is second Ezra 16:1. It says, gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. See, the destruction is at hand. We're close. You see, we're close to the Lord making this move and wiping and taking America off the board forever, man. And that's the end of Esau's rulership. Okay, America being destroyed is the end of Esau's rulership. Okay, it says a sword is sent unto you, and who may turn it back? And that sword is talking about missiles, man. Okay, and remember, this is the weapons of the Lord's in the nation. The Lord is going to send these swords to America, man, to turn this place to a desert, and it can't be turned back. It can't be reversed. Okay, there ain't no foreign policy. You can't bribe your way out of it. You can't talk your way out of it. Okay, you can have however many treaties you want, and that no, the Lord, okay, has a judgment that's set for America, man. All right, and we're approaching it. It said, a fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may one quench the fire and stubble, okay, when it have begun to burn. Okay, so these things can't be driven away. Okay, ain't no healing America, ain't no reversing how this goes. Ain't no alternate, all right, outcome. This what it is. Okay, and as we understand these things, man, our hope is in the kingdom after this, man. This is not our rest anyway. Okay, and then ultimately we pray for the Lord to judge this place, man. Nothing is good in America, man. Nothing good has coming out of America, man. Okay, this is a nightmare to those who have awakened to righteousness in Yahweh Bashim Al Shah, man. Okay, this place deserves all the judgment that is set for it, man. And we should be understanding, and we should understand these things more and more. Okay, it said, may any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood, or may one quench the fire and stubble when it have begun to burn? May one turn away the arrow that is shot of a strong archer, man. Okay, and these arrows going back to what? To these missiles, man. Okay, and so they're gonna be shot of a strong archer, man, because ultimately it's the Most High. Okay, that has these nations, all right, souped up for the destruction of America, man. Okay, and this military hardware has become so advanced. Well, the Lord, all right, He put it in the minds of these engineers and scientists, okay, to put together these weapons, okay, of mass, these weapons of might, all right, these mighty weapons of war. Okay, now be mindful. It says the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who, all right, is he that may quench it? Okay, so this is set to happen. These plagues, because that's the last plague, is going to be the missiles, man. You're going to have famine, you're going to have civil unrest, you're going to have pestilence, teeth of wild beasts. But that last plague going to be the missiles, man, which is going to clear everything out. Okay. All right. We're going to get into that. You see? So these weapons, that have all this destructive power, well, the Lord engineered these weapons, okay, through men, all right, for his purpose to be fulfilled. Okay, it says, verse 10, he shall cast lightnings, and these are the chariots. Who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, who shall not be utterly beaten to powder in his presence, man. Okay, so this is where we at. All right, the nukes and the chariots are on the way. Okay, so I want to go into no, the dream. Okay, let's go here. Go to this dream. Okay. All right, so let's let it play. All right, we'll add as need to be.
Hi, people. So today is a Tuesday, November 18th, and it is about 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 8 o'clock in the morning. And I got a message from my brother that he had a dream that was very, very interesting, and I tell you why in a little bit. But I would like to read the dream. It's a very chaotic and catastrophic dream about judgment on America. Let me read. It says, in the dream, I was at the kitchen washing a cup when all of a sudden I started to float and was taken up high enough to see the entirety of the USA. I then was taken to Manhattan, where I descended low enough to see many people walking in the streets and people in their office working. It was a normal day. Everything was fine. All of a sudden, I looked towards the ocean and saw a large missile coming out of the water in extreme high speed. I could see some people looking out the window, and instantaneously their eyes were melted. I was immediately taken to a higher altitude to see the impact of the missile. When it hit Manhattan, it was dead on. I could see a large ball of fire growing rapidly horizontally, and people were evaporating and the buildings melting. After that, I was taken to Florida. The city looked like it was Miami. I was taken this time to the beach and was floating very low, almost touching the sand. I could see many people at the beach. I could see the city, the beautiful buildings behind the people in the beach. I could also see people in their offices working, also just like in Manhattan. Again, just a normal day. But again, I saw a large missile coming out of the ocean extremely fast. And once again, as it came up, it came down on the beach, right where the water reached the dry sand and right in front of me. I was taken up again and could see a large ball of fire spreading horizontally and consuming everything. Since the missile hit the beach, that ball of fire went towards the ocean and destroyed many boats and large ships. I also saw a large wave push towards the ocean due to the explosion. Once again, I was taken to a very high altitude that I could see the entire USA in the Pacific Ocean. Out of the Pacific Ocean, 4 large missiles came out. They hit California, Washington, New Mexico, and Illinois. I saw the large balls of fire again, and they consumed everything. As these 4 missiles hit the areas, I mentioned that's when I heard a voice. The voice said to me, I'm showing these things because America's Judgment Day will be happening very soon. I'm going to destroy her, but the ones that are mine, I will spare their lives. Instantly, I was in the wilderness. I was no longer floating. I could see many trees and some clearance in the skies as well. Suddenly, a wall of fire came down, encircled the whole forest, and then I was in was a roof of fire came down and sealed us in there, protecting us from destruction. And that's how the dream ended.
Yeah, man. So that was a heavy, vision, and he's seen, missiles hitting. He's seen the mushroom clouds. Okay, he's seen the elements melt with fervent heat, man. This is a vision. This is prophecy. And he said this is American judgment to come soon, and he's going to deliver his elect, man. So this is a faith booster, man. This is a pure faith booster, man. So let's get some precepts, all right, to expound on, all right, what he's seeing, because of what he's seeing in different cities. Okay, first let's go here because he's seen those. All right, let's go here, Isaiah 34 and 4. All right, because he's seen the mushroom clouds. He's seen a big ball of fire. Okay, this is Isaiah 34 and 4. It says, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. So he's seeing the mushroom cloud. It's Isaiah. He's seen the mushroom cloud. And in the vision, all right, the Lord gave that guy brother, he's seen the mushroom cloud, man. Okay, and all their hosts shall fall down as a leaf falleth from the vine, and all the falling, all right, and there's a fallen fig from the tree. Okay, and it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon all Idumea and upon all the people of my curse to judgment. That's here speaking of America, man. And those swords bathed in heaven, those missiles that are going to be bathed in the atmosphere. Okay, they're going to leave, all these different launch sites throughout the earth, and they're going to come, all right, here to America, man. And then he said he's seen, missiles come out the Pacific Ocean, man, which Russia has a lot of submarines in the Pacific Ocean. They've been known to pull up on the West Coast undetected, okay, and go back. You see? So now, man, the Lord got this thing set up, man. What he's seen was a vision. Okay, and when these missiles, they're gonna come from everywhere to America, man. Okay, because this is the place, all right, of the Lord's judgment, man. Okay, great judgment here in America. It says, verse 6 said, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. All right, those missiles, man. All right, they're coming for a slaughter. It is made fat with fatness and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahweh Bashim al Shah had a sacrifice in Basra and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Okay, so Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah has a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, which is here in America, man. And you people are the walking sacrifices, man. America's one big altar, and the Lord is finna light this bitch on fire, man. Okay, and he said soon. This is soon to happen, man. Okay, in our lifetime for sure. You see, so this go here because he kept, being taken to different cities. Well, what did the Lord say about what he was going to do to these cities here in America, man? All right, Basra, aka America. You see, Jeremiah 49:13 said, for I have sworn by myself, said the Lord Yahweh Bashim al Shai, that Basra shall be a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste, man. So the Lord has sworn by himself that Basra, America, gonna be a desolation, man, a waste, a curse. You see, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste, man. That's why he was going to, he went from Manhattan to Miami because the Lord finna lay all this shit flat, man. Okay? The Lord just finna obliterate this, man. He said he's seen everything just melt. Okay? And that goes into, all right, prophecy, man. Let's get this in Second Peter 3. Okay? This was a vision. All right, the Lord showed this man a vision of the end. Okay, this is the book of 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10. It said, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with great noise." Okay, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works thereof shall be burnt up, man. Okay, so everything that this man has built up, this wicked American infrastructure was all built off satanic, all right, Masonic architecture. Okay, all the wickedness that has been done and forwarded throughout the earth that comes from here. The Lord is finna destroy the home base of wickedness in the earth, man, which is Babylon the Great. Okay, and it's gonna be melted with fervent heat. Everything is gonna be melted, man. Okay, it's not gonna be a piece of building, piece of a car, a piece of a street. No, everything is gonna be melted, man, and turned to ashes, man. Okay, American culture. All that's gonna end. Okay, in this destruction, man, and the works thereof, man. You see, so that fervent heat is coming from, those missiles, man. Okay, and when you go here, uh, uh, let's go here to heavens. Okay, because this is Esau's rulership. Okay, and when in your rulership, what do? You build up infrastructure. Okay, but you go into this word heavens. All right, you can go to the Strong's. I don't think they changed it. Look it up.
Strong's G 3772, Uranas. Uranas.
All right, now when you go, you jump down. Let's see. Let's see. I thought it had it in bold print. Might just have to comb through. Hold on. Because it goes into, these actual cities. Because Esau, Edom, like I say, when you're in rulership, well, the extension of your rulership is what your infrastructure. Here you go. The water. Yeah, about Shemal Shah. Okay, it says metaphorically of a city that has reached its acme or its peak, its zenith, okay, of glory and prosperity. Okay, so Esau has reached his peak of prosperity within his rulership. All right, and the Lord finna melt his ass, man. He finna melt it, turn it to ashes, man. They shall build, but I will throw down. Okay, and it's the main way of throwing down. It begin with the prophets and the spirit throwing this place down. Then it's going to end with, okay, the missiles and the chariots throwing this place down, man. Okay, so metaphorically of a city that has reached the acme, okay, its peak, its zenith of glory and prosperity, man. Okay, so this is what, all right, Peter is speaking on being burnt up with fervent heat. Okay, and this is the vision that this guy's brother just had. Okay, of the elements melting with fervent heat. Okay, so keep reading, and it says, seeing all these things, back in 2 Peter 3:11, seeing that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in holy conversation, okay, and godliness, man. So what mindset should we be in understanding these things, man? Should we be playing games? Okay, should we be changing the doctrine? Should we be converting back to Christianity? Okay, should we be occupied in gossip and bullshit that don't matter? Okay, nah, man, we should be seeking mercy daily, man. Okay, we should be occupied and pleasing, all right, our power, man, being pleasing to our power, man. Okay, focus on the assignment of the ministry, man, what we've been tasked to do. Okay, this labor of love, man. What that's the type of person we should be. Okay, it said looking for and hastening until the coming day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to His promise, look for new heavens, new rulerships, and the new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. And we know righteousness comes after this, man. This is what we look forward to. Okay, righteousness comes after this, man. The righteous eternal kingdom comes after this, man. So we look forward to this place being cleared out, okay, with judgment from the Lord. You see, he said he's seen people, melt on their feet. He said he's seen the vision. All right, in the dreams, he said his brother's dreams say he's seen people melt on their feet, man. This is judgment. Okay, let's get this, man. Okay, this Zechariah 14, okay, and 12. It says, and this is the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand on their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth, man. What can make this happen? Okay. What type of plague can make this happen, man? The nukes. Okay, the nukes is going to be the plague that make this, okay, a reality, man. To bring this, okay, to manifest this precept is going to be the nukes, man. Okay, and oh boy, he's seen that, in his vision, man. Okay, so that's the point. Just wanted to touch on that dream. Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified once again. Want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Kakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elder of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to our younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations, and hopefully shalom.